Hello, hello. Hi, guys. Happy Monday. Trust that all is well with all of you. And we are here on the second Monday in the month of September. Trust that the month has started off very well and you are easing into the last third of the year smoothly. So I hope that you would have gotten rest this past weekend and that you are re-energized, revitalized, raring and ready to go for the week. So I am just here dropping in a nice little devotional to keep you busy and to keep your minds and your heart filled with the word of God for this week. So this week I'm heading back to a topic that I visited some months ago. I think it's either June or July we did it, because I know I did quite a few on the topic. So I'm not sure what month we started and ended. I'm not remembering offhand. But I'm going to talk about honorable friendships again. So I was talking to a friend of mine, and a group of us were in the vehicle and we were traveling, and I was telling them about how some people just go all out, and we were just talking about the type of circle that we want to have, the type of friendships that we want to have, the type of relationships that we want to build going forward, because we are all in season 2 of our lives. And we were discussing this, and I reminded them of this story that I'm going to read for us today about David and his mighty men and the sacrifice that they made for water. The man didn't ask them for money. Well, it might have been easier for them. Their lives would have been less at risk if he had asked them for money or a sword or something. Because they went into the enemy's camp to get this water for this friend. And this person that they treasured, this person that they respected. So in 2 Samuel, chapter 23. Now David and his mighty warriors, there's a group of them, were fighting against the Philistines, and they were successful. They were successful. If you read the whole chapter, you will see the way that his mighty men defended well to victory. The Lord brought about great victory for them. I'll read from verse 12, but please feel free to read the whole story to get the full gist. This is just a short devotional, not a sermon. So please read all of chapter 23. So from verse 12 it says, but Shammah took his stand in the middle of the field. He defended it and struck the Philistines down, and the Lord brought about a great victory. During harvest time, 3 of the 30 chief warriors came down to David at the cave of Adullam, while a band of Philistines was encamped in the valley of Rephaim. At that time, David was in his stronghold, and the Philistines' garrison was at Bethlehem. David longed for water and said, oh, that someone would get me a drink of water from the well near the gate of Bethlehem. So the 3 mighty warriors broke through the Philistine line, drew water from the well near the gate of Bethlehem, and carried it back to David. So it was not walk in the park. They didn't just cross the street to get this water from a restaurant. They didn't go home to get this water. They went through the enemy stronghold, break through that to get this water from this well. So the 3 mighty warriors broke through the Philistine line, drew water from the well near the gate of Bethlehem, and carried it back to David. But he refused to drink it. Instead, he poured it out before the Lord. Far be it from me, Lord, to do this, he said. Is it not the blood of men, because they could have get killed, who went at the risk of their lives? And David would not drink it. Such were the exploits of the 3 mighty warriors. These men just happened to hear, it has been saying, oh good, what I wouldn't do for some ice cream right now. A nice rich dark chocolate ice cream with a nice chocolate fudge cake, and you just express what you're probably craving for at the time. us women, during that time of the month, or when we are with child, a real feeling for so and so, a craving for so and so, and them men heard my boy inner thoughts. His inside voice was loud. His internal thoughts was loud. And they heard that and take off and went. I don't know who gonna do that for me. I don't know. But they took their loyalty to a whole new level. Those men risked their lives, and when David realized the extent of what they went and did, David said, "Nah, I can't drink this water. This is an offering unto the Lord. I, as a human being, not even worth the sacrifice, not even worth the blood that these men could have lost, because they could have lost their lives to do this thing for me. The lives of men were at stake. So I can't accept this gift." Instead, he poured it out as an offering unto the Lord. I don't know what David would have done to these men, what he would have done for them, how he would have discipled them, because that's a different level of loyalty. That's a whole different level of loyalty. I don't even think Peter... At first, Peter cut off the soldier ears, but when they tell him, "Do you know this man?" Peter denied the Christ 3 times. He wasn't willing to risk it at that point in time. But these men went through enemies' lines for this man, who is covering you in prayer to this extent that you're going before enemies' lines. That if, we like to talk in Pentecostalism about backlash and it's because we fast, that's why these things happening, and we make these kind of associations when bad things happen. Who is willing to risk bad things happening to them because you are praying consistently for this friend, you are supporting this friend, you are fasting on behalf of these men sacrificed their lives, not just food, not clothes, their lives. I just want to encourage us. I don't even know what I want the encouragement to be. If it's to encourage us to sort out your circle and see if the people that claim to be there really there for true, or if you need to assess your own self to find out if you are loyal in the circle that you are in to this extent. Maybe that's the encouragement. For all and sundry. One, check your circle to make sure that you have this level of loyalty, this level of camaraderie, this bond, your circle willing to sacrifice for you and to sacrifice the things that matter. Time, sleep, they're up in the night praying for you. They're willing to turn their plates over to fast with you. Where are these people? And then 2, are you that person? Are you these people? Could your friends number you like that? Count on you like that? Expect you to show up for them like that? The man just had a desire. I wish I could get. So that's my encouragement. The year does wrap up real quick, and I always wait until the end of the year to assess and process and that kind of thing start to do. I realize a lot of companies, 2 of my friends, 2 members of my church, one mentioned it to me directly, the other person mentioned it on the entire platform, that their company was doing appraisals and they had a team building, and the other members of staff was appraising them, and they had to sit with it and assess ourselves. Let us assess. We don't have to wait until the 31st of December. We don't have to wait until December. We don't have to wait until January when we're sitting down trying to come up with these beautiful New Year's resolutions to decide and to check balances. And September, like I told you all last week, this be my 3rd Happy New Year for the year. If you want to take this month to try and do some checks and check and see, am I this in my circle? And do I have this type of covering in my circle. It's scary. I find it scary to have people around you that not there in heart and in mind to this level. I almost feel to say, if it's not like this, then I don't want it. And if I am not like that, then you shouldn't want me either. Yeah. So let's do some performance appraisals on ourselves and our circle. Until next time.